This is in my due diligence framework that I give out to people, and we use is one of the big questions for an e-commerce business is that if the business is ran like an e-com business and it's ran by the owner, where the owner is doing the digital marketing and they got experience doing the digital marketing, do you have the expertise and the confidence to provide the same results from the digital marketing as them? Or do you know somebody that you could hire in that could provide the same results or better? And so if anybody's buying any sort of size business, we need to be asking that question of like, well, can I produce the same results? If you're not an expert like the seller is, then do you know somebody that can produce that result? Now, sometimes there's those businesses where typically in the 7-figure range where they've got an agency running the ads for them. That's the same, the same owner can take over that business and have the same agency run the business. There's less risk in that. But specifically the risk of, single source dependency of the owner, that's a big one. Where do you start to see that play in terms of like, do you say after the 5-figure range, like 6-figure range, you see less owners doing the digital marketing?
Yeah, that's fair. I think that's a good assessment of it. But then because there's a part of this where they say, well, you can use our back end office, right? You can use our folks if you want to for a certain period of time. But obviously that erodes at the net cash flow to some degree.
Hugely.
But I mean, it wouldn't be, but it's not the end of the world, right? It's just a matter of pinpointing to say, he has some of these folks that are outsourced, right, that are doing some of this work. And it's a little hard to pinpoint, okay, how many hours exactly and who exactly and how many people are going to be needed to actually run the back end of this, right? If you're not doing it and you're using some other services. And I
Exactly.
think because it's baked into a digital advertising agency, it's kind of like they're using these people for everything. So it's tougher to say this particular asset has this amount of hours, this amount of people. I mean, there's a vague semblance of what it is, but I think it's tough for the seller to drill it down a little bit.